Right, here are my entries and exits. You can see I marked them on my chart. Today we're going to go over how I quote-unquote knew to go short all day today. Um, you never know in the market. I'll just preface with that, but I was very confident in today. So looking at the hourly here on the left, this is our whole large move that we've had. So one thing I want to be aware of this move is a 50% retracement area, which is right here. So I'm aware of that. Another thing I'm aware of is this demand right here. Price goes up, pauses here shortly, and creates this move out of it. This is significant demand that I'm looking at. Okay. So our options, okay, so at coming in the morning is right here. Okay. When we break here overnight, now let's look, I'll show you on the daily. So when we break this little area, if we look at the daily, once we break here lower in the middle of the night, that breaks our last demand zone. So in the middle of the night here, when we break lower, this is the last demand zone until the bottom, right? So after we break this zone here, our expectation is to go half back or the bottom. We're in such a strong uptrend. I didn't have more expectation than half back. Also, today was like a 100-point candle, so that seemed to be a good area to target. If we look at this demand zone, we look at our 50% retracement area, the confluence comes right here. Let's delete these. Now also I'm going to look inside the candles using a volume profile tool on this large upswing. And we can see that right here to here we have a volume. There's a volume shelf here and then like little volume in this area. I'm also looking here. So if we confluence that all together, it's right here specifically. But this box is what I was looking for. So coming in the morning, we broke our daily demand here. Once we broke this daily demand, our expectation was half back or lower. Okay. We look at the hourly coming into the morning, we're in a downtrend for sure. So today, things that we have going in our favor. We just broke demand. We are opening, I believe, 30 something points lower, a gap greater than 20. The probability is you continue in that direction. So all the market forces at this point are telling us we're going to see a follow through on the retracement. So now let's look at the 5-minute. Let's look at the execution. We have the zones marked down here, specifically where we're targeting. In pre-market, we have news and create this little pullback. That's where I start entering my position using this as our supply. I get in a couple contracts here. Price opens, starts falling. When I'm in a position in profits, you might say this entry here is very poor. I didn't wait for a pullback. I could have entered on the pullback to supply. But the fact is I was so confident in this day and the price is moving in my favor, I can just add a contract wherever. Once you're right, you don't have to be as precise with your entries because you just don't. You're entering the market with the market's money. Okay. So now we're in some contracts up here. Price falls down, and right on this pause, I take some off. as we had a nice expansion move down. And we pause here and move down on this down candle. When this down candle forms, this becomes supply, right? So this contract here, I add because we retest the supply. So now I'm in on an average position somewhere up here or like right here. So ever since the beginning of the day, I've taken no heat in the market. We add a contract here. And we break lower on this candle. So I start trailing another profit, and it wicks back up and gets me out of this contract right away, which is no big deal. It happens. And then we make a new low. When we make this new low, this forms supply. Boom. On this candle, this becomes supply. More supply in the market. We keep creating supply. When we come back into this supply, I add more contracts. And if you look at the actual executions, I stack on contracts here, like 3 or 4 contracts here. Because we're still heading to our destination. This is our expectation. And we get a nice pullback. Now, a thing to note on this pullback here, on Top Step, I was watching 83% of Top Step traders went long. Right here. I'm sure there was a million divergences here, indicators telling you go to long. I know that was the case. I'm going to make a follow-up video telling you how this was the only time price told us to go long today on this candle. So we'll go over that in another video, but 83% long here. So I stack shorts, right? In supply pulling back, more shorts. Once we start breaking lower, this is just a prior bar low trail. I take some more contracts off. What do we do at this point, right? Okay, this candle here breaks lower, creates supply. We pull back. We break the low, okay, create supply, and pull back into it. So I add another contract here. We start breaking lower. I'm trailing prior bar lows with this profit. Boom, 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 boom. Gets me out right here. This candle doesn't go any higher, pauses, and breaks the low here. Becomes supply. I add another contract on the test of supply. Okay? We break lower, we break the low again, and now we're in our zone of potential buyers. And that's where I take off this contract here, and then I have this position just break even, and then that's where it stops me out for the day. So a lot of man, it was just one of those days where you just hit the sell button and it never looks back. But I know, because what I saw on Top Step, a lot of people probably got caught on the wrong side of the market today. And I hope I gave you some clues, things to look for, and probabilities that show, man, like I said, I hate to, you can never say you know in the market, but my confidence today was off the charts. So let me know if you have any questions. I hope this helped. And like I said, I want to make a follow-up video to hopefully keep you on the right side of the trade.